Welcome back. This is the first round of the Oath of the Gatewatcher Swiss pre-release draft. This is our opening hand. So we haven't any blue mana, but we have a couple of draws for that, and we've got some acceleration. So I think this is a keeper, but we'll soon find out. And we're on the draw too, so. So waiting on our opponent here, still. He's thinking about his first one. Alright, so we've got a red opponent, so it could be an aggressive start. That's a good draw. If we get another land, we should be able to get that out on turn 3. Alright, so okay, so our opponent looks like he might have ended up going in the Surge deck. We'll soon find out how that plays out. Right on time. So that's quite a good play on turn 3. And if we get another land out, we have the possibility of currency, or probably want to put out a side, or keep this and this open, depending on what our opponent does. Okay. So I'll get this out so I can start attacking my opponent. You can activate this. So this is the turn where my opponent can actually start drawing multiple cards a turn if he has some cheap spells. Okay. So what would be the best play? So Unity of Purpose would be quite strong blocking with these two creatures. And even if it's not, plus it gives us option to playing this and this. Alright. I think we'll just keep our mana open. Maybe we can snag the see if we can get our opponent here, or if you can play around this card. Hopefully our opponent has nothing here. Let's see what our opponent has. He's in the tank here, so he probably has something. Yeah, probably some sort of bounce spell, maybe. Okay. Still a 1-for-1 at the moment. So we can start smashing in now. So I'm getting held up by our lands slightly here. So what would our play be? I think it would just be to use this in case he might have some sort of tap spell, or he might have his own clutch of currents, just to protect the Guardian. And we can use that to untap this. Once it has Hexproof, we can safely block. So we're still going to develop our board, but it also gives us more options to maybe cancel out one of his spells. See, as a counter spell, give this Hexproof. Tap it. Try to think whether, if I make it a 3/6, it's still not going to be able to kill anything. It can block them all, but yeah, I'm just going to let it get tapped, take the 2 damage. Decisions. So if we return this to his hand, he's more likely to get some extra value from the surge. We could just play this and this, making them pretty decent blockers. I think that's the play we're going to have. Opponent has 3 cards in hand. I'd rather use this when I can actually attack with the land as well. Opponent is considering what to do. Alright, so we can swing in with the Seed Guardian. I don't think my opponent has any good attacks here, but he might. Even if he does, I think we can still safely take the 5 damage because he's probably going to take quite a bit more on the comeback. 7 mana. Not sure why. I know he wanted to draw the second card, but I probably think it would have been best to awaken here. Well, he's gonna get some decent amount of cards. So we're definitely probably gonna return this to his hand. He's getting a little too much value out of it. But at least you can only draw 1 extra card a turn from it. Hopefully we can draw our land and then we can return his Ruined Diver back to his hand and then swing in for quite a considerable amount of damage. Otherwise, Cyclone Sire is quite a decent drop to make. Opponent's drawing quite a lot of cards, but at the same time he's not really doing anything to affect the board. A lot of cantrippy type spells that tap the creatures, but not necessarily actually doing anything to progress his board state. Whereas my board state is quite formidable. A 4-5, 4-2-4. Let's see what he has. Also not particularly scary. Probably attack with his 3-2. That's fine. Well, that's very aggressive. So opponent's going to take 8 here, put him onto 2. So I think that's fine to have a possible 4-5 back. And if he has an Awaken spell, that's... I don't know. We'll see. might have not been worth attacking. But let's do it. All in. Have to be pretty good awaken spell. Like 4/4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's possible. If it's a 4/4 awaken spell, he kills us. But okay. The chances are my opponent doesn't have a good awaken card if that's what he's casting. Though I'm not sure if he's playing the card that destroys a land or does 4 damage to an opponent. That seems like a very marginal card to play. But if he does, he's got the win, which is okay. He obviously doesn't then, because that would be the obvious play and he would have just done it. But unless he's playing super slow. Oh, there it is. Alright. He was calculating some other stuff, so. Okay. So I think the gate might be pretty good against him. Whereas tightening coils I don't think is that good. I don't think there's anything else I particularly want versus him. Alright, we just got held up by mana in that game. Alright, let's go. So our 2/4s that have flash and that gives our creatures hexproof, I think we should use them more reactively, since there's quite a lot of cards that affect our creatures. It's a marginal count, but I'll keep it because we're on the play. So I'm going to manually shut Magic Online down to see if it's actually us. Oh, here's our opponent, just in a good time. I spoke too soon. Okay, my opponent just was on a phone call. We're going to not attack here. Though it does make it a pretty good blocker if he can somehow cast a spell as... So we're definitely going to be containment membraning him next turn. Actually, no, we're not. Oh, yes, we are. We have no current plays otherwise. That's fine. We've got plenty of lands to make up for that. It's strange he didn't kill the Baloth pup, but okay. Not sure I want to use this at this stage, but opponent is losing plenty of time on his clock. For some reason he must be getting quite a few phone calls or something of that nature, which is why he can't multitask this game and take the phone call. I think we'll just pass the turn. Target creature control. So you can actually give it... Oh, it's another target creature. You can't give it itself Hexproof. But we'll see if he wants to use something else to cycle My opponent's casting a lot of spells, but like I said, doesn't... Alright, excellent. So we got some value out of that. We'll just cast this, see what my opponent does. Since we're capped out at 6 mana, any additional lands we could happily use a Harvest Draw for. Once again, my opponent is treading water with spells that aren't actually doing anything. Okay. Another nice 6-drop. Alright, my opponent just scoops there. So I'm gonna stop the video and I'll get back to the next. Alright, we're into game 3 of round 1. So given the MO of my opponent's deck, I think even the 2-4 that give my guys Hexproof, those are actually going to be quite good just as a counter spell, and not even developing my board with them. It's not the greatest hand, but I'm not going to mulligan it. Maybe we can get some value to tread the water a little bit with this. Well, there's a 2-drop, which is always good. Alright, we found a target for Swept Away. haven't seen this before. This creature deals 1 damage to target creature. If it was colorless, if a colorless creature is dealt this way, tap it. Okay, doesn't seem that good. 4 to activate. 4 to equip, 4 to activate. Okay. My opponent just might be doing that for the surge. Yeah, okay. We're going to containment field that guy. Seems to be quite a strong card in my opponent's deck, and he's kind of threat light, so it should hold us open until we can get some more threats on the board. But we've got a couple of cards at the moment. Alright, so we're a bit top heavy, flooded. We've got options. Okay, opponent's just drawing more cards. Okay, there's nothing we can play. We'll play that possibly. Is it to target player? No, just creature. Is it worth? I don't think at this stage is it worth to actually play this. It's really gonna consider it. I've got plenty of time at the moment, so we should think about this. If this does come down and I draw another land, I'll be able to kill this guy, which is an engine. Yeah, so I think it's worth playing it just in case I draw another land. And removing him will lose a lot of steam. Okay. I think it's worthwhile. There's nothing in red that can really stop me. It's not getting super value for this, but getting rid of that, because in the first game he got lots of value out of that. And giving it 5 toughness is actually a relevant thing, because it stops the boulders salvo. What could he have for 1 red? Oh, my opponent didn't do the math, and he just threw away a card. This is good for us. So next turn, well, we're still looking to draw a land, and we'll probably play this to draw out some fire. The question is it in our best interest to... My opponent's probably going to attack with this land next turn. We can sweep it away, which is a bit better than using it for this. Or should we make it so we can't untap? No, I think it'd be better to put the land on top of his library. And it sets us up to play a threat next turn. Assuming he doesn't remove. Now, do I? No. I still would rather have that on top of his deck. take 2 here, but that's okay. So we're happy for his land, him to draw a land next turn, with negate here. Oh, okay. I'll happily have that die. We would like it on the library, thank you. Once again, we've got plenty of time. We're in 10 minutes, and my opponent's on 3, so he has to make some rash. He's on 2 life. So is it worth using this to snap that? No, I don't want to waste. He might have another one. So we know he's drawing an island next turn, but we'll see what he does. He may have something that taps my creature. Yep, okay. Hopefully has an awaken card or some description. Maybe one that doesn't stops mine untapping, and we can untap it and snap one of his guys off. My opponent's still in the tank when he's on 2 minutes left, which is a problem for him. He really needs to start thinking what he might have. Well, we saw multiple of these last game, but it's not that good at the moment. Still in the tank. He's on 1.5 minutes. I don't know. You have to do some pretty crazy things to win this game. So it's an unusual thing with Magic Online is oh, my opponent has scooped after round 2.